Hey y'all, welcome to Mr. B's Keeping It in the Road. It's story time. Buck Golden Peterbilt. This episode 3. So CJ worked for a few weeks trying to pay off that debt. It was a tough stretch for him. I mean, he was used to being the center of attraction in trucking, but now all he held was the center of that broom, cleaning up small town facility. And I tell you, that secretary Leanne, she didn't like CJ, and she reminded him regularly about his fall from grace. "Put your back into it, CJ," she said as he made his way through her space, vacuuming the floor. "Girl, you don't let up, do you?" She just snarled at him and went back to typing. What CJ didn't know was Leanne was a bit sore from a relationship she was in with a guy that reminded her of CJ. He had a big personality too, big grin, and he was a master of breaking girls' hearts. Now Leanne looked at CJ as she was leaving and she said, "Hey CJ, have a good one," as she pushed her coffee on that clean white carpet. CJ had just vacuumed. Well, that was it. In his mind, he said, "I done had enough." He threw that vacuum cleaner down and said, "I'm done with this." So he went there in Rome's office and told Rome, "Hey, big bro, I ain't feeling good today. You mind if I leave early?" So Rome went on and let him leave. He caught a ride with a driver that dropped him off near Rome's house where he was staying. He had moved in with Rome after the incident at Thomas Hardware. As he was walking to Rome's house, he thought about everything. How his career was going so well before he got with small town trucking to help his big brother. He felt Rome's punishment was a bit too harsh. As he arrived at the house, he saw his car in the driveway, and he slowly pulled the top off that Mustang. Boy, how he missed driving her. But Rome had hid them keys. I'm tell y'all, CJ, he searched that house up and down, side to side. He was in there doing an electric slide, but the keys were nowhere to be found. He was so frustrated, like a fat wild cat that was too slow to catch his prey. He was sitting on the couch, taking a break, looking into the backyard, and then he had a thought. When they were kids, he would watch his mom from his bedroom when she would get off that late shift. He would always rush to bed. He was a little conniving joker. He would watch her reach into a hole in an old oak tree where Rome would leave those keys because Rome left home after her every evening. Now it was a similar looking tree in Rome's backyard, and it had a hole right in the center. Could it be? He walked to that tree like a lion in the grass, about to pounce on the gazelle. He slowly reached his hand in. 2 minutes later, he was cranking up that Mustang. Yes, he was. He found those keys to his freedom. He packed his clothes while that Mustang was warming up. He threw his clothes in that trunk and he peeled out that driveway like Mario Andretti. He left a note on the counter. It said, "Rome, I'm done. I'm gone and I'm out." And out he was. He had saved up a good little penny staying with Rome, so no bills to pay. He stacked up thousands to add to his savings he already had. So he swung by the bank, emptied out that account. He called his homeboy, Big Al. Al had moved up to the city. Now, Big Al knew CJ's whole story, not just some of it, but they grew up together as kids. And Big Al told CJ, "You were crazy for moving in with your old religious brother Rome." Now, Rome, he never liked Al. He told CJ that Al was bad news from day one when they were kids. Rome felt Al was a bit jealous of CJ. All the girls love CJ because of that big pretty smile and muscular physique. CJ, he was super talented in middle and high school. He was a star football player, a star basketball player. His senior year, he went down with a knee injury. Rome told him that Al looked happy when it happened. Rome saw the look on Al's face when CJ was grimacing in pain. Al always played second fiddle to CJ. But anyway, 4 hours passed by quickly with CJ blasting his music all the way up 75. CJ was revving up that Mustang as he was pulling into Al's front yard. Big Al was leaning on his shiny pearl black Hellcat with a couple of friends and ladies outside. They were all high in mind and in body as they turned up them bottles. CJ couldn't believe his eyes. He stepped out the car and saw this luxurious house. Big Al looked at him and said, "Bring it in, cuzzo." He gave him a big bear hug and he told him, "Welcome to the ATL, where the players play." Proverbs 23:31-35 just came to mind. Do not gaze at wine when it is red, when it sparkles in the cup, when it goes down smoothly. In the end, it bites like a snake and poisonous like a viper. Your eyes will see strange sights and your mind will imagine confusing things. You'll be like one sleeping high on the seas, lying on the top of the rigging. They hit me, you will say, but I'm not hurt. They beat me, but I don't feel it. When will I wake up so I can find another drink? CJ says he's doing things his way in the big city. And on the next episode, we'll see how his way goes. Thank you for keeping it in the road with Mr. B. Till next time.